everyone, this is Manu here. I'm a global VP with Xiaomi and I lead Xiaomi's business in India. We have had an incredible start to the year 2019. The IDC report for Q1 just came out and once again, we were the #1 smartphone brand in the country. Today we have about 30% market share, which means if there are 3 people buying a smartphone, 1 out of 3 are Xiaomi customers. They are Mi fans. So thank you so much all of you for your love and support. You know, this is the season of 7. We have been #1 for 7 consecutive quarters. Out of top 10 selling smartphones in India, 7 are Xiaomi phones. And we recently launched many new devices like Redmi Note 7, Redmi Note 7 Pro and Redmi 7. And everybody has been saying great things about these new devices. A lot of our media colleagues said that Redmi Note 7 is probably the best all-rounder device around 10,000 rupees. And almost everyone went crazy for the 48 megapixel camera sensor on Redmi Note 7 Pro. People are saying this is probably the best camera phone under 30,000 rupees. Redmi Note series is the most loved smartphone series in India. Last year in 2018, we sold more than 12 million Redmi Note phones in India. 12 million. And this year, between Redmi Note 7 and Redmi Note 7 Pro, they've already sold 2 million phones in just 2 months. This means 2.5 lakh phones every single week. I know a lot of you guys haven't been able to buy Redmi Note 7 Pro. And that's probably because the demand is significantly higher. Maybe if we had 1 million phones every single week, we would have sold the entire quantity. Everybody talks about the 48 megapixel camera on Redmi Note 7 Pro. And I'm happy to share that we are bringing the 48 megapixel camera sensor on another phone. And we are calling it as Redmi Note 7S. 48 megapixel for everyone. So let's unbox a Redmi Note 7S, the 48 megapixel camera phone. When you open the box, the first thing that you see is a free, high-quality protective case that comes with every Redmi Note 7S. The box has a charger, a cable, and of course, Redmi Note 7S. And I really love the glass back of our Redmi Note series. Redmi Note 7S comes in 3 beautiful colors: Onyx Black, Sapphire Blue, and my personal favorite, Ruby Red color. The most amazing thing about Redmi Note 7S is its flagship grade 48 megapixel camera. It has a huge half-inch sensor and has an aperture of f1.8, which allows more light to come in, and hence you get very vibrant, detailed and extremely beautiful pictures. As you can see in this picture, even if you zoom in multiple times, you still get great clarity. Let's compare the 48 megapixel camera of Redmi Note 7S with some of the competition devices. As you can see, Redmi Note 7S has better overall colors and the sky and all the trees are clearly visible. It has better dynamic contrast and the sharpness is retained even when zoomed in. While on Vivo V15 Pro, the central tree looks completely washed out and it has a lower dynamic contrast. Even on Realme 3 Pro, the central tree looks washed out and the sharpness is not retained when it is zoomed in, which is in any case expected because it's a 16 MP camera. Even if you look at this portrait mode picture, the colors on Redmi Note 7S are more natural. The shadow shows up on the face and is not washed out, and the edges of hair are perfectly retained. While on Vivo V15 Pro, the face color looks a little bit artificial and washed out due to over-processing and removing of the shadow. On Realme 3 Pro, the colors look really faded and washed out, and the sharpness is lost when zoomed in. Redmi Note 7S comes with large 1.6 micron super pixel technology, which ensures that every picture clicked has great clarity. So how does this super pixel technology work? Basically, we take 4 pixels and combine them into one big super pixel. Now, bigger the pixel, more light can be absorbed, and hence the kind of pictures that you get on Redmi Note 7S are incredibly detailed. Redmi Note 7S also comes with a great night mode, where we use the large 1.6 micron pixels with wider f1.8 aperture and combine it with software optimization such as multiple HDR exposure and AI auto calibration. And hence, the kind of pictures that you see in low light conditions are really incredible. Let me show an example. Now let's look at an indoor low light condition. Again, Redmi Note 7S performs the best. It has natural colors and great brightness. And when zoomed in, the mural on the door is still retained and all the colors are very natural. While on Vivo V15 Pro, it's a little bit darker with more shadows, and the mural on the door is completely lost out when zoomed in. The picture shot on Realme 3 Pro is washed out and the mural on the door is not very clear. And it also produces inaccurate colors because the pipe looks a little bit orange instead of red. As you can see, Redmi Note 7S has the best night mode. The sky looks really good, the images are very sharp, and the color looks most natural. While the night mode on Vivo V15 Pro and Realme 3 Pro are a little bit washed out, the images are not sharp, and the night sky looks a little bit whitish grey. And in the front, you get a 13 megapixel selfie camera with a super small dot notch. So as you can see, Redmi Note 7S has a flagship grade 48 megapixel camera sensor. It outperforms all other competition devices, including other 48 megapixel camera sensors. It has a wide f1.8 aperture, which allows more light to be absorbed, and it has a large 1.6 micron super pixel, which allows more light to be absorbed. And hence, you get really great quality and detailed pictures. Let's talk about performance. Redmi Note 7S is a true all-rounder. It is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 660 processor with a clock speed of 2.2 GHz. And hence, it delivers much better performance as compared to other 660 phones in the market because most of them have a clock speed of 1.95 GHz. It delivers an incredible Antutu score of 1,47,000. Isn't that impressive? In addition to this amazing processor, we also have a huge 4000 mAh battery, which can easily last for more than a day under regular usage conditions. And if you're watching video continuously, it will last for more than 13 hours, which means you can watch 5 Bollywood movies and there would still be battery left on your Redmi Note 7S. The music playback time on this phone is 150 hours and the total standby time is 250 hours. If you look at the bottom of this phone, it comes with Type-C port, and this is a feature that all of Mi fans really love. It is surprising that many of the phones under 30,000 rupees still have micro USB, and we are bringing Type-C to a mid-premium segment. The charger in the box supports Quick Charge 2.0, but if you want to buy a Quick Charge 3.0 charger, you can go to mi.com or Mi Home stores and buy it from there. And on the top, we have IR Blaster, so you can use your Redmi Note 7S to operate your TVs, set-top boxes, ACs, and thousands of more devices. It will become your universal remote. Yes, and next to IR Blaster, we do have the 3.5mm headphone jack. In fact, all the phones that were launched in 2019 do have the headphone jack. So let's summarize the performance of Redmi Note 7S. It is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 660 processor with a clock speed of 2.2 GHz. It has a huge 4000 mAh battery with a Type-C port which can support up to Quick Charge 4. It has an IR Blaster on the top and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Redmi Note 7S follows our Aura design philosophy and looks really stunning. It has a 2.5D glass back, which makes it really premium and comfortable to hold. It comes with Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on both front as well as back. And in the front, you get a 6.3-inch Full HD Plus display with a small dot notch and very thin bezels, only 1.95 mm. Redmi Note 7S is a great quality device which is designed to last. As I mentioned earlier, it comes with Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on both front as well as back. And it has reinforced corners on all four sides, which means even if you drop the device accidentally, the chances are it will not break. It comes with P2I nano coating and watertight seals, which makes the phone splash proof. So let's put Redmi Note 7S through some very rigorous quality test and see what happens. So let's start with a scratch test. I have with me 4 different devices: Realme 3 Pro, Vivo V15 Pro and Samsung A50. All 3 of them with plastic back. And we also have Redmi Note 7S, the phone with Gorilla Glass 5 back. Let's start with something simple, a key. Let me try and scratch all of these devices. So let me try something a little bit harder, a screwdriver, and I'll try and do scratches like this. As you can see, there are a lot of scratches on all the 3 plastic phones, but there's hardly anything on Redmi Note 7S. And now for the ultimate test. I'm gonna use a blade, and please do not try this at your home. As you can see, there are a lot of scratches on all the plastic phones: Realme 3 Pro, Vivo V15 Pro and Samsung A50. The scratches on a Samsung A50 are getting hidden in the white color, but Redmi Note 7S with Gorilla Glass 5 on the back still looks like a brand new device. Now I'll drop Redmi Note 7S from my shoulder height, which is approximately 1.5 meter high, on this floor. Let's see what happens. See? Nothing happened. It's still working. So now let's test the P2I nano coating on Redmi Note 7S, which makes it splash proof. I'm gonna pour some water on Redmi Note 7S. See, nothing happened. We also took the water test to the next level to see how Redmi Note 7S fares, and it came out with flying colors. So that's Redmi Note 7S for all of you guys. It has an incredible 48 megapixel camera, the powerful Snapdragon 660 processor with 2.2 GHz, 4000 mAh battery with Type-C that supports up to Quick Charge 4. It comes with 6.3-inch Full HD Plus dot notch display, and it has Gorilla Glass 5 on both front and back. So what should be the price of Redmi Note 7S? We are launching Redmi Note 7S in 2 different variants: 3GB RAM, 32GB storage, and 4GB RAM, 64GB storage. And the honest price of 3GB, 32GB variant is only 10,999 rupees. And the 4GB, 64GB variant is being launched at only 12,999 rupees. It will be available starting this week on 23rd of May, which is Thursday, on Me.com, Me Home Stores, and our partner platform Flipkart.com. And it will be soon available across all our offline stores, Me Studio, Me Stores, Me Preferred Partners, and all the retail chains. So that's Redmi Note 7S for all of you guys with a groundbreaking 48 megapixel camera sensor starting at only 10,999 rupees. And I really hope all our fellow Indians can buy this incredible 48 megapixel camera. And that's why we're calling it as 48 MP for everyone.
Xiaomi.